Welcome back to Slushie Review. This is Keith.
And this is Chris.
And today we are reviewing 2021 Mortal Kombat. I'm still not going to do the Mortal Kombat thing, but I might. Who knows? So this is our third film of the Mortal Kombat franchise. We did Mortal Kombat 1995. Then we did Annihilation, and we annihilated it.
Ugh.
And it was terrible. And then we are doing this movie. And let me tell you before we get into it, so good. So good, guys. We went, actually, me, my girlfriend, Chris, and his fiance, we all went to the movies to see it. It was a great time, guys. So, thank you for listening. We definitely appreciate it. Make sure you follow us at Slushie Review on Twitter at Slushie Review. You can also check us out on YouTube. Just search Slushie Review. We pop up. We're the first result. And then check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. And also, coming soon, Instagram. Follow us on IG.
The gram.
At Slushie Review Podcast.
Yes.
We just started it. Need some followers. Need some likes. All right. Great job again, Keith. Let's just get right into it, and we're going to go, Chris, with the plot.
All right. So this one starts out in the past in Japan. It is, oh shit, what's his name again? Is it Hanzo? Is it Hasashi Hanzo?
Hanzo, whatever the last name is.
Scorpion.
Same.
Hisashi. Scorpion, Hanzo, Hisashi. Hisashi, Hanzo. I forget which order it goes in. I think he was collecting water for his family for family's compound.
I think so.
He's getting water. They're in like the forest of Japan at his family home. He's out collecting water, and some piece of shit ninja with ice powers shows up and with a vendetta against his family and kills his whole family.
Yeah. Kills
his wife, kills his son, kills everyone else in the area. Between him and the other other ninjas showed up. We're just annihilating people. Not like the movie Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which was a piece of shit. This actually started out really well and will continue to be good. You get to see a pretty sweet fight between Hisashi shows back up, he comes home, hears some screaming, comes home. It's like, oh, my fucking family is frozen solid outside of the house. Turns around, the guy who did it's right there. They fight. It's awesome. He doesn't make it. He didn't make it. He dies. He gets stabbed with his own dagger a couple times, like his rope dart dagger. Gets stabbed a couple times, slashed up a little bit, dies. Flash forward a couple generations, and oh shit, names might escape me. Cole. I don't remember his first name. Something.
No, that was his first name.
Oh, okay. Cole. Don't remember his last name.
I never shut up.
Is a. Is it MMA or just like cage fighter?
Were they? Yeah, it was MMA.
Okay, he's like an MMA fighter, like amateur, I guess, league, because he's like doing it in gyms and stuff. He trains, he fights, he does a lot of both of those things. And he has this mystical mark of the dragon. Coincidentally, looks like the Mortal Kombat logo. Looks awesome. Mm-hmm. He's, doing his thing, making $200 a fight. And he's not getting rich. He's, but he's like a decent enough fighter that he can fill in at the last minute and make some money. Mm-hmm. His wife and daughter are like his biggest fans, and he seems like he's got a pretty good life going. At least, maybe not great, but it's okay. Well, and this is the part where I kind of forget a little bit, because after this, things picked up so fast.
Yeah.
Who approached him first?
Who approached?
Cole.
Jax.
Was it Jax?
Yeah. Jax.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. He watched his fight.
He watched him right after the fight, and then he asked him about his tattoo.
That's right. Yeah. Jax asked him about his tattoo / turns out it's a birthmark of the dragon. Mm-hmm. And it seems like it's going to be important. He kind of brushes him off and leaves. Jax follows him to a restaurant where he's outside. He's got a table with his family. He steps away to go inside, probably, I don't know, order something or pay a check or something. And it starts snowing. And I don't think there's any indication of like whether it was hot or cold out, but it just started snowing out of nowhere.
She did say.
Or was it like, did she say it was like June or July or something? Okay, yeah. She's like, it's July. Was it snowing? It was snowing, and only the table that his daughter is sitting at starts like icing up. And Sub-Zero shows up and tries to kill Cole for unknown reasons. Jax intervenes, loses his arms in the process. Has still a pretty decent looking fight until he loses his arms.
Yeah.
The wrong guy. Sub-Zero chases everybody around. Sonya Blade shows up, and Cole learns about Mortal Kombat, the tournament between Earthrealm and, I'm always going to forget it, Outworld, to determine like dominance, or like one can invade the other. Outworld has to win 10 tournaments in a row, and they can invade Earthrealm. They've won 9. And Tsung, the main dude, like team captain, I guess, for Outworld, has his fighters together, and he's like, we're not even going to give them a chance to win this tournament. We're going to kill all their champions before the tournament begins. So he's got his team. They find the Earth champions, and the Earth champions have since gone to Raiden's temple. Shang Tsung and his gang show up. There's a little stare down. Everybody's flexing on each other. Good guys are told, like, oh, you got to train. None of you are ready. You have to train. So there's a little training. Everybody gets a little stronger. One of the good guys is not so good, turns out. We already knew he wasn't a good guy. But he gets bribed into joining the bad guys, turns on everybody. Earthrealm's in even more danger now. And it's up to some pretty kick-ass fight scenes to save the day. Did we drop a spoiler alert at the start of this? Or is it just going to be like in the description? Or is it going to be like, watch it, listen to it at your own risk because it's what it is?
I mean,
that's fair.
If you're returning listeners, you know what the deal is. If you're not returning, what did you think was going to happen?
I don't know.
Thank you for staying. What did you think was going to happen?
I don't know.
This is
a good time.
Damn right.
Yeah. We had a good time.
Damn right.
So the good guys fight the bad guys. We'll tell you who wins between our likes and dislikes.
Fair.
The good guys win because guess what? They're probably going to make another one.
Hopefully.
So that's basically the plot. We will almost certainly cover everything that I glossed over in our likes, and I have to say and dislikes, but it's going to be in the likes. So I'm going to throw it over to Keith for the cast of Mortal Kombat 2021.
Okay. Before we get into that, this episode is brought to you by Berry Cherry Slushies with a little bit of crayon apple in there.
Blood red slushies for Mortal Kombat.
Oh, yeah. Is that what else did we talk about?
We talked about having green ones for when we do a future movie.
Ah, yes. We can tell them. Green
Lantern.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I wouldn't be mad if we had green ones for the Ninja Turtle movies if we end up doing them.
Yeah, you said that too. Yeah, why not? Like, shit, let's do it. Either way, let's get into this cast. Okay. So I'm going to use their names in the show, but I'm also going to give them names as well. So first up, we have Louis Tan. He played Cole Young, which is human Scorpion.
His descendant, at least. Like,
he's gonna be Scorpion.
Like couple generation descendant. Yeah, I would imagine it's only a matter of time before he just becomes Scorpion, or like inherits the title of Scorpion. I don't know.
There's nobody in the games named Cole.
Is there not?
Is there?
I don't know. It's been a minute since I played it. It's been a hot minute since I've actually sat down and played one.
No dice. No. No. All he had was a suit of armor and some knives. But don't get me wrong, I liked him.
It's pretty cool. I was waiting for him to like breathe some fire on somebody at some point. When he started like, we'll get there.
When they said that he was a descendant, I was like, oh, that's Scorpion. From the very, well, that's not true. From the beginning,
yeah,
it was Liu Kang.
I didn't know who he was.
I thought he was Liu Kang.
When they kept saying Cole, I thought I was mishearing people saying Kung, and like he was going to turn out to be Kung Lao. Not what happened.
So it's funny because I saw a picture of Liu Kang somewhere, somehow. I knew Kung Lao was in this. I wish I didn't know, but I knew. I didn't think it was a spoiler, but I was like, okay, fine. But yeah, I saw a picture of Kung Lao and Liu Kang, and I forgot that when we started watching the movie, because then when they were back to back to each other, I was like, this is the picture I saw. I saw that picture, and I'm like, I knew he wasn't Liu Kang. But of course, at the very beginning, because I'm a stupid American, I thought he was Liu Kang. Because I was like, who else would he be with a dragon tattoo? That's what I thought. Fair. He had a dragon tattoo. I'm like, oh, yeah, Liu Kang, why wouldn't he? He turned into a dragon. Either way. Next up, we have Jessica McNamee. She was Sonya Blade. Probably by far the best Sonya Blade in the 3 movies. For sure. I actually liked her. I did not care about any of the other Sonyas, especially Annihilation Sonya.
First Sonya Blade wasn't bad.
She was okay.
Second Sonya Blade had like a good fight scene, and that was it.
Sonya Blade in the first one got her ass kicked so bad, I think she should have died. No, I'm serious, because Kano was kicking the shit out of her. And then she did one move and he died. I was like, okay, she was on the ground.
Yeah.
Like, whatever, but it is what it is. Let's see. We have Josh Lawson. He plays Kano. Thought he was the greatest Kano. Next up, Joe Taslim. He was Baihan / Sub-Zero. Did a great job. Then we have Mehcad Brooks. He plays Jax. Now, I've seen him in so many things.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. He's been in a ton of things. I didn't know he was in Supergirl, though, as James Olsen.
Oh, Jimmy Olsen.
Yep. I saw him in a movie called... Oh, no, that wasn't it. He was in Desperate Housewives. Didn't see him in that.
I didn't see it. I never watched that one.
Yeah, same, me neither. He was in Law and Order. I don't remember him from that. I don't know what I remember him from because I don't see it. I thought I was gonna see it, but I don't see it. So either way, he was Jax. Jax. Next up, we have Matilda Kimber. She plays Emily, which is Cole's daughter. And then we also have Lord Brent, who plays Allison, which was Cole's wife. Now that we got the humans out of the way. Next up, we have Tadanobu Asano. He plays Lord Raiden. So good. I was reading the trivia for this movie a little bit, and he is the first Asian person to play Lord Raiden.
Yep.
Because the first time there was a French guy, and then the second time there was an American. So basically they both were white. That's basically it. And now they're not. So there it is. Next up, as it's Hiroyuki Sanada, Hanzo Hasashi. That's how. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's how it went. Hanzo / Scorpion. That's what he went by. Next up, we have Chen Han as Shang Tsung. Great. We have Ludi Lin as Liu Kang. I thought he did a great job. Next up, my favorite, Max Huang as Kung Lao. So good. And to be fair, though, they were presented as cousins in this, and I thought he was a descendant of Liu Kang.
I don't know.
In the video game, he is definitely a descendant of Liu Kang.
Oh, okay.
Liu Kang is a descendant of Kung Lao.
Now, is it this Kung Lao? Because Kung Lao in this one, he's like I'm true. Kung Lao, the descendant of the first Kung Lao.
That's very true.
And then was it Kano's? And then Kano's like, fucking never heard of him.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Real impressed. Like, not fucking impressed. Don't know who he is. Yeah, next,
that is fair.
But I didn't know that he had a predecessor who was named Kung Lao. Also,
I didn't know that either, and I forgot about that until you just said it. So that's fair. Let's see. Next up, we have Sisi Stringer. She plays Mileena. Her makeup was amazing. This is actually her third film she's been in, ever. Good for her.
Man, good for these people.
Same.
Like, to me, relative unknowns for a lot of them.
All of them.
Yeah, because a lot of them are probably like stunt people prior to this, or just, maybe didn't have a lot of parts.
Yeah.
I like that.
Max Huang, I just read that he was a part of Jackie Chan's stunt team. So
good for him. Okay, that automatically is like, okay, you're amazing.
I told you
because I love Jackie Chan.
Yeah, in a lot of his things it says stunts. Like he was in Kingsman, he was in Hitman. Let's see, and then he did a lot of. Yeah. I mean that's pretty much it. And then it just says stunts. He was stunts in a lot of stuff. Bleeding Steel, Time Raider, Skip Trace. I've never heard of it, but I love it. Let's see. Next up, we have Mel Jarnson as Nitara, which I believe is, who did I say? Motaro's daughter. I believe that's.
I believe you because I don't know a lot of the Mortal Kombat mythology to me gets lost because I either don't know it or there's just so many fucking characters that I can't keep track.
There are, but it's like really simple because pretty much everybody's in the same, like either in the same clan or they come from the same descendants, right? I mean that's pretty much.
They're like all trying to kill each other, one or the other.
Yeah, I'm looking it up and it doesn't really say, so I could be wrong. Yeah, I could be wrong. But she was in a game called Deadly Alliance.
Okay.
Which is, have you played that?
Probably. If I have, I don't remember it. There's been a ton of those games.
That's fair. Yeah, she's in Deadly Alliance. So, but it doesn't say her origin. Okay, it does say her origin, but it doesn't give me anything. So I could be wrong. I could be absolutely wrong about her. She's a vampire.
That would explain the wings, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was pretty realistic to the,
That'll do it.
The source material. So, either way, back to the cast. Next up, we have Nathan Jones. He played Reiko. Reiko had a big sledgehammer, reminiscent of Shang Tsung or Shao Kahn. He was cool. He was a big guy.
He looked familiar, and it turns out he was a wrestler, but I don't remember him by his name.
What was his name?
I mean, apparently it just says Nathan Jones.
Oh, that was his name in wrestling?
Maybe.
Oh.
Because it says WWE, SmackDown, Raw, WrestleMania. It just says Nathan Jones. He looked familiar, but again,
So, because we know somebody who has a significant other who's a wrestler, he was in WWE too, but he was like a stagehand. Do you remember that?
Yes. He was like a security guy at one point, I think.
Yeah, like a security guy for a bigger star. I forget who he was, but I remember she said something about him being a stagehand. So I wonder if that's the same. Like maybe he was an amateur wrestler and got called up a couple times.
Maybe.
Or he could have been like a pre-fight guy.
Yeah, he could have been like a developmental or like enhancement guy.
Okay, next up we have Daniel Nielsen. He played Cabal. He was the body for him in the actual like martial arts part. And then we had Damon Harriman. He played the voice for Cabal. Who was Ramirez? Do you remember him? Oh, was he the coach?
I think he was the guy, the shit talker guy. Like,
promoter.
you're gonna put on a good fight, or I won't give you your money. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, because I see the referee guy. Okay. Either way, next up we have Angus Sampson. He played the voice of Goro, and
or no, that David. Yeah, he was the referee guy. Is the guy who I was thinking of. I don't think I remember who Ramirez was then.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Because nobody really died like civilians.
Yeah. Because they weren't given the chance because there wasn't like a ton of people other than the characters.
Sure. There's only 32 cast members in this.
Yeah.
So, either way, that was the cast. Let's get into some likes.
Let's do it. You go first.
You want me to go first?
Sure.
Ooh, I got a lot. I'm pretty sure I liked every character. So I'm going to just read down the list.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to... I'm going to tell you some things about them, some things not about them. First up, Sub-Zero. And right off rip, I knew that was Sub-Zero because he came in with the ice.
Yep.
And he was just good.
Yeah.
You really couldn't, like, he was just good. Even though he killed, like, the Scorpion's family, because he definitely did.
Oh, yeah.
He killed the son and the mom. And then they really didn't show him fighting. But when he started fighting Scorpion, I put him down, then I put Scorpion down. Like 1, 2. Because I knew that was Scorpion, especially when he wrapped up that little garden tool. There's a name for it. I just looked it up, and I don't remember what it was. But he wrapped up that garden tool with a rope, and it became his thing. Oh, beautiful. I'm even going to watch this again.
There you go.
I'm not even going to lie to you.
Why
I'm gonna
not?
watch this again. But I put Sub-Zero 2 times. I literally put ×2. And I think it was when he was fighting Scorpion the second time at the very end. I'm pretty sure because he's good. Sub-Zero's good in this. Like,
good and terrible.
good and terrible. He is the best villain. He's such a good villain.
He was great. He was like giving me Darth Vader vibes because like you didn't want to fuck with, like, they made a point of saying throughout the movie, like, we can't take him alone.
Yeah.
Let's fight him all at once. And then, like, he just shows up places that you know he's going to fuck somebody up if he's there.
Like when he showed up to the house.
Oh, my God.
I was like, oh, they're dead.
Yes.
I was like, they are dead.
Yes.
Yes, same. Like, to be alive, good for them. They were dead.
Yeah. Like, anytime he showed up, so we were like, oh, someone's probably going to die.
And they did.
Yeah, usually.
Someone died.
Yeah, someone definitely died.
Absolutely. Let's see. So Scorpion's next up. So in the beginning of the movie, Chris already said spoiler alert, so you've been warned. The very beginning of the movie, he's fighting off this Sub-Zero's clan, and then Sub-Zero and him fight, and then he dies and he goes to hell. And I was like, I can't wait. Because I knew, you just know.
Yep.
You just know the backstory. So it's like, oh, his fire, his all the things. And I loved it. I loved every minute of it. Like, I was like, okay, this is great. From the very beginning, this is great. Then Raiden showed up. God damn, Raiden showed up. And I was like, God damn, Raiden. So good.
Not Christopher Lambert either.
Or James Remar. Either one of them two.
If you remembered his name.
Yeah, I looked it up.
I did.
Yeah, I
didn't want to.
Sam. But I was like, these two goofy, who are these idiots? Yeah, Lord Raiden was amazing. And I love it. He really didn't do much, but he did enough.
Yeah.
Because I understand, and I knew this from the video games, he is an elder god, so he's technically not supposed to be in it, but you could play as him in the video game. But he's the elder god, so he can't really be in the combat. He can't win the combat.
Yeah.
So, whatever. So I get it. So in this movie and the first movie, he didn't do much at all.
No.
If you think about it, because he was like, it's against the rules, et cetera, et cetera. Then he breaks the rules at the end. They said it. I'll tell you what I wrote, but I was wrong. And so I knew the backstory for Kung Lao and Liu Kang. In the very beginning of the movie, I thought this cold guy was Liu Kang. So I wrote, and I liked it, but I was like, so, this is verbatim, so Liu Kang is Scorpion's descendant? I was like, that doesn't make any sense, but I like it. I was like, I thought he was Kung Lao's descendant. And I'm like, I like it. So, not really alike because I was way off on who the person was, but I liked it.
You still enjoyed it.
Enjoyed it immensely.
There you go.
Jax fighting Sub-Zero without his arms looked so good. Jax held his own for a minute.
Yeah.
But Sub-Zero was too much.
Until he shattered his arms.
That was so good.
It's, oh, man.
We knew what was about to happen.
When he was just, like, smacking him on the shoulder and, like, dragging his hands down his arms. And, like, they got, like, a little, like, lighter every time. It was like, oh, he's freezing his arms. He's freezing his arms. And then he just straight up did it all at once. Oh.
So good. I knew how that was going to end.
Same. Oh, that was so good. I didn't expect him to throw him off the platform when he fucking bounced off a fucking jutting out piece of concrete. Yeah. I didn't expect that. I was like, oh, he might be dead.
I thought he was dead. I thought he was dead. I was like, oh, he's dead. Oh, he's dead. He wasn't. With Jax / his final form.
Oh.
With the arms, beautiful.
His little skinny robot skeleton arms to start with.
Yeah. The little twigs or whatever they were. Loved it. And then when he gained the ability to get the other arms, even better.
Yeah.
Even better.
It's leveled up for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Like I was like, okay. All right, I see where we're going with the little arms. I was like, all right, I get it. Then when he got the other arms, I was like, thank God. This is so good.
I was thinking they were going to kill Sonya Blade for a second. Yeah. When she was under the rock, I was like, is he not going to be able to move with his little arms? And then he's going to, like, get bigger ones? And then he was like, nah, I'll just get stronger. I was like, yeah. I mean, if a man can shoot a fucking laser out of his eye because he got angry.
That's fair.
Why not?
Yeah. I thought she was dead, too. I don't know how she wasn't paralyzed. What are you gonna do? You know, it's a movie. It's okay.
Exactly.
I feel like we watched another movie like that where it's like, he should have died under those rocks. Was there another movie we watched like that?
Almost definitely, but
I know. I feel like we talked about it. Like, oh, I thought, who came and moved like a car off of somebody or like a, was it Avengers? Or like a car or a building or something, or it was something like that. And I was like, at the very least, he should be paralyzed. I felt, man, we definitely did.
I know that we did, but I can't think of it.
I gotta go back
because the only person I know that got fucked up in those movies was War Machine,
and he was definitely paralyzed.
Yeah,
make no mistake. Also, with Jax / fatality. When he was punching the shit out of Reiko, he just punched him in the face, punched him in the face. And then as soon as his arms, he did the, I don't even know what to call it, so I'm just call it what I call it. He did the Superman pose, and he spread his arms out, and then he just exploded dude's head with his arms. Oh, man. It was beautiful. How many times did I say beautiful throughout the movie?
Several.
Several times. People showed up on screen, I was like, magnificent.
There's a bunch of chef's kisses going on. Oh, yeah.
Yes, I was excited. I was like, beautiful.
When Cabal was out there?
Beautiful.
Oh, man.
Oh. And the way he was moving?
He looked so good. And they made him fast. And he had the hook swords.
He's on my thing. Cabal. Let's just talk about it since we're there. He's a little further down, but let's talk about it. Cabal looked good. As soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, that's Cabal.
Yup.
Cabal's look good. And I liked... Let me tell you what I liked. I didn't write it down, but I like how they said these backstories for these characters. Didn't need some long drawn out thing or any flashbacks. It was just like, he's like Cabal. He's like, yeah, you met the asshole Kano, blah blah. This is the reason why I live in Iron Lung and I'm like this. I was like, that's enough for me.
There you go.
That's all I need. Birds of prey. That's all I need. Just a little bit. Okay, I got a lot more. Let me keep going. Mileena, who I thought was Jade. I wrote Jade. Then someone said Mileena. I was like, oh, did they show it? Because it's like, yeah, she's the one with the size. And I was like, that is her. Oh, okay. Then I deleted it and wrote Mileena because she looked good.
Yeah.
Literally looked good. Next, like, Kano. Kano, comic relief. Hilarious. He was a bastard, but he was good.
Yeah.
Like, I think the original Kano was good, like, as an asshole. And they, not reference, but, like, that was the inspiration for this one. Played it perfectly.
Didn't look like Steve Blackman, though.
He didn't look like Steve Blackman. That was very true.
He didn't have those high pants on.
Who did he look like, though? He kind of looked like a better Jai Courtney. A better Captain Boomerang.
Ooh.
He's actually Australian, too.
Is he?
Yeah.
Nice.
Didn't have to do that.
Good for him.
I honestly thought that you were doing, but you weren't.
Nice.
Didn't have to pull a fake accent. He's real. Okay. Reptile. This is what Reptile should have been in the first fucking movie. They actually, again, Chris said spoiler alert, so I'm saying whatever I want to say. It's like get out of jail free card. He was a lizard or a Komodo dragon. Or,
awesome. He was fucking awesome.
He was amazing. Shang Tsung said something. He was like, how about we send... He didn't say reptile.
I think he said, like, let's send the reptilian or something
like that. And I was
and I was like, ooh.
Okay. Then he was invisible.
Yup.
And then he was kicking the shit out of them.
Oh, man.
There's another slash to this reptile. Reptile slash. His heart got pulled out of his chest by fucking Kano.
Man.
Fucking amazing. That fatality, amazing. By the way, that was in the trailer. But I don't think they showed a heart.
No, I only remember the part where it just Kano says, like, Kano wins fatality.
Yep. I was like, that was in the
like,
trailer.
Kano wins. You're a fucking beauty. I don't think they showed him holding a heart. I don't think they showed any of that. I didn't even know Reptile was in the movie.
Nope.
Great.
Nope. And amazing.
Yes.
And that was like another notch for Kano. I was like, I like this guy.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be a good guy for the longest.
I was wondering. Because I thought I always remembered him being like a dick, like being a bad guy.
As soon as Cabal started talking to him, I was like, oh, this is a great turn.
Yeah, he's like, this is the asshole that did this to me. He's the one you want to talk to. And I was like, oh, this is it. They're going to turn him. And I was like, it's not going to take it. It's not going to take anything. It's going to take like a, hey, you want to? Okay.
Right. Should we go back and forth with likes? I feel like we should.
Sorry.
No, because you said it last. You said it the last episode or the episode where you're like, we should just go back
like
and
tag
forth.
team and likes.
We should have did it this time too. Damn it, Chris. Another opportunity.
It's all good.
This time, it's my fault.
No.
Damn it. Either way, because I know these are all your likes. Sorry. Another like. This isn't a like. I just wrote it. Liu Kang is not Cole.
For clarification.
For my own edification, yes. Did not know. In big, huge capital letters, I wrote Kung Lao.
There you go.
3 exclamation marks. Kung fucking Lao. He was good. That hat came from out of nowhere.
Dude.
Hit Sub-Zero,
Yep.
was it? Because he was about to kill Liu Kang.
Yeah.
He was about to murder that man. Hat came from out of nowhere, and then he popped up out of nowhere, out of the ground. Because that's one of his moves.
Yep.
Fucking amazing. And since I'm already talking about him, let's just go to my...
I know what
it's not my next like.
I know what's coming.
But it's a little further now. Flawless victory, Kung Lao.
Dude.
He kills the shit out of Nitara.
The buzzsaw hat was incredible.
The funny thing is, that's just a regular move.
Is it? That's not a fatality?
It's not. What he does is he throws
Oh, yeah,
it.
don't you like... Does it like throw you on it?
And then you're like, and like you lose blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like you're kind of like moonwalking on top of it. That's the way it is in a video game. But then it also turns into a saw for his fatality. And I'm like, as soon as he stuck it in the ground and it started going like a saw, I was like, she's dead.
It's over.
She's dead.
He was like surfing her into it.
Oh, absolutely.
Man, wipe yourself off, man. You did.
You did. Like a fucking piece of wood. I was like,
dude.
she's gone. I was like, oh man. Ben Shapiro, your wood's gonna stop. Fucking wood. Fucking idiot. Sorry. Next up, Kano eye laser. He learned how to do the eye laser, and it was beautiful, really. Just like everything else in this goddamn movie. It was just a beautiful situation. So that was great. What did I write? Oh, the Katana fan.
Yup.
There it is.
A little Easter egg in
Chris
the background.
pointed it out. Jesus rose 3 days later, and an Easter egg hatched, and it was Katana's fan. And I don't know. It was just cute. I also read up that medallion that he stole, that Kano steals, belongs to Chinook.
Oh.
Yes.
Great.
Shao Kahn's father Who's taller than him?
His giant father.
Right.
Played by Paul White, the Big Show.
Shao Kahn, the biggest man on the universe, played by Rey Mysterio.
Played by Tom Cruise.
Oh, shit.
And his dried up old father,
Same.
played by, I don't know, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That works. That works for me. Next up, they showed a drawing of this man, and then they showed a shadow of this man. I don't even know if he's a man.
A big fucking statue of this man also.
And there's a statue of him, and then he came out, and it opened up Cole's, like, garage. Fucking Prince Goro.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he was good.
Yes.
He looked good.
Mm-hmm.
Then he got the whole Star Wars treatment. That hand got cut off quick.
Father.
Same.
He got fucked up.
He did. He did. His intestines came out.
Rightly so.
Yeah.
He was trying to kill his family.
He was, right? Yeah, I get it. Last, after the 13th one, I think. Way more than that. Sonya Blade. I wrote her last because I was like, she's good. I like her. But she had to, and this is not her fault, but she had to elevate the other Sonya Blades for me to like her. And she did. She did. Towards the end, she did.
She got her Arcana.
Her final form.
Oh, man.
I wrote final form a couple times in this movie. Her final form and then let's just say it. So she fights Kano, steals his
Arcana, or his mark.
His mark.
Which you need to unlock the Arcana.
Right. And for those who may have or may have not watched the movie, basically, you don't have any powers to defeat anybody in the outer world without learning your abilities. That's basically what it is. And you can't learn abilities if you're not chosen for Mortal Kombat. And the only way you can either be chosen or you can steal the chosenness?
The mark or whatever, yeah.
The mark from somebody you killed. So Kano, he got the mark from killing somebody else, who they don't name.
Yeah.
I wish they would, though. But, I mean, that doesn't really matter, but I kind of want to know. Kano killed him, so Kano had the mark, so he's able to unlock this power, which was his laser eye. And then Sonya Blade killed Kano again, and she got the mark, so she unlocked her power when she came back. After she killed Kano, she came back to help fight Mileena.
Mm-hmm.
In her final form, she had the purple rings that shoot out of her arms like they do in the video games, and that's one of my likes. And she just destroyed.
Shot a hole clear through all the soft tissue of her body.
Same. Loved it.
Punched a hole right in her.
Same. Those are my likes.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, my likes.
That's it.
And again, just as I did yours, feel free to jump in because I know a lot of them might be the same.
Yeah. You know.
First like, I put Frozen Family. That was awesome.
Yeah, that little kid.
Because, dude, when he, iced his own hand up and it started to bleed a little bit, and then he, flexed his hand a little bit, Sub-Zero, and then, his started freezing up even more. I was like, oh, man, this whole family's gonna die.
Yep.
Definitely gonna die.
Definitely.
And then, Scorpion comes back and he's like, oh, just frozen salad family out in front of the house. Mm-hmm. He probably put him out there.
Yeah.
Because they were inside.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so good.
They were, on the porch.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Sub-Zero in general was amazing. He
good.
froze Jax's arms. The ice effects themselves looked awesome.
They really did.
They looked so good.
I didn't even talk about the swords. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, the ice swords.
Yep.
When Jax fought him the first time, Jax had a fucking shotgun, a combat shotgun.
Yeah.
And he just put his hand on it and dude fired it, and you saw the I don't know what it's called, the pellets or whatever, the shot from the shotgun just scattered out, but it was frozen in place. Mm-hmm. Looked so good.
Looked so good. And then he just snapped his gun. Yeah, he snapped it.
Because he also did it in the first movie, didn't he? Someone tried to shoot him, and he just put his hand on it, froze it, and just broke the gun in half. Yep. Incredible.
He did that to Sonya.
When he was walking down the street toward the restaurant that they were at, and all this ice starts forming on the ground, and then he just raises it all up, and it gets bigger, and he just throws his hands down, and that dude gets knocked the fuck out by this giant chunk of ice. For one, I was laughing my ass off because I thought it was great. But it looked, I was like, how did everyone on that street not just fucking die?
Same.
Because that looked so good.
Yeah.
The frozen gym that they fought him in at the end, like that, the cage had like all the ice over it. There was, it all looked so amazing. The, like you said, the swords, when he froze Jax's arms off, when he did the fucking ice clone thing. It didn't freeze him, but he still, like, he did the ice clone thing, like, jumped back and his body was there. Oh, amazing.
So good.
Amazing.
You know I love that.
I looked over.
Because it was in Annihilation.
Yes, but it was shit.
That was, like, the one good thing.
Yeah, it was, like, the only good part. Sub-Zero was, like, the best part of that movie, too, and the movie sucked.
Human Sub-Zero. It's right there in my notes.
But, yeah. But, like, Sub-Zero is such a boss. And he was always, like, Reptile's my favorite, but Sub-Zero's always been up the list because he is just... Not to make a joke out of it, but he's cool as shit. Like, he's really awesome.
Okay.
Like, I wasn't making like a Mr. Freeze, but he was fucking awesome.
If you had to say it, I wouldn't have
chill.
thought it.
Everybody chill.
What killed the dinosaurs?
Me. Oh, so good. Scorpion, when they had their fight like becoming the masked versions of themselves, awesome. We did that fucking around the world with the rope dart.
Oh,
and cut like 3 dudes off and just like whip through that dude's head. Amazing. That's like the second thing I wrote down, or second or third thing I wrote down was a rope dart around the world. Incredible. I loved it.
It was good. It was really good.
And then when he shows up at the end, when Scorpion, to keep a Scorpion, shows up at the end of the movie, and it's like the chain with all the like barbs and spikes on it, and he does the get over here, and they're using like all their old tricks on each other, but they're also like, I know that move, because he throws it at the beginning, he throws the dart, and Sub-Zero like moves his head and dodges it, and then Scorpion whips it back, and it cuts his face on the way back. This time he throws it, and he dodges it, and then he grabs the chain. Incredible.
Great.
He knew what was going to happen.
He knew it.
And then, it was so good. Both fights were incredible.
Probably the 2 best fights.
Oh, maybe.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. Kung Lao's fight was good.
Like, there wasn't a bad fight
for
me, honestly.
No, there wasn't. That's fair.
Raiden. Again, he didn't do much, but he looked good, and the fact that he just wasn't a white dude. Loved it.
That's always a great thing.
Honestly, I mean, bad. It's always great when, when it makes sense for a character to be cast as like a certain race, and they decide to make that actor the same race as that character.
Fair.
I think it's great.
It's a good idea.
When it, there's some, like we've discussed prior to this, sometimes it doesn't matter.
Sometimes it doesn't.
But you know what? It does kind of matter when it's like a Chinese interpretation of like a thunder god,
right? And
you get Christopher Lambert.
Same.
Doesn't work.
Agreed.
But it didn't happen in this one, so it was good. And also, Raiden looked cool.
He did.
He wasn't wearing like this white, I don't know, like fucking Jesus robes
or a wig.
Or
because I'm trying to think, did they even show his hair?
No, he had his hat on the whole time.
Because man, that hat was good.
Oh, it looks so good.
Oh, Raiden's great.
There are some good hats in this movie. His Kung Lao's
hat.
Kung Lao's hat.
I was like, this is Captain America right here.
Dude, yeah, when he was throwing that hat around, it was like making the sound. I was like, oh, this is a shield. This is a...
When he did... I know we're not talking about Kung Lao.
We're gonna.
I'll talk about Kung Lao.
We're gonna. Next, like, Kung Lao. Okay. Let's talk about it.
When they were fighting, I forgot who he was fighting. Was it not Liu Kang? Was it Cole? And he did his stance. He bent down. His head was down, and he
did
the brim of his hat.
And he made it like yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm done. I need a cigarette. I was like, this is too much.
Incredible.
I was Vince McMahon in that chair again.
God. Dude, yeah, Kung Lao was incredible. The buzzsaw hat finisher was incredible.
So good.
When he just thrown it around. And it like got stuck in the wall, and then it just came out and zipped back. I was like, "Oh, someone's gonna die! Someone's gonna die!"
Yeah, because he found like he had like inner peace or whatever you want to call it. Because she was flying around disappearing and shit. Well, she's a vampire, so that makes sense.
Yeah,
she's disappearing, so he's like, "Let me figure this shit out." Then she comes to attack him. He flips up, gets on her back, rides her like a fucking dragon, and his hat comes back to him. He throws. It's just beautiful.
Oh, just
it was a
right
beautiful
in the ground. Scene, and he just surfs her right into it.
Oh,
amazing.
And then I didn't say this. I don't know if you're gonna say this. The gore in this movie was a like.
Yes.
I loved it.
Yes.
Was that one of your likes? I'm sorry if
it wasn't, but because honestly, I didn't really feel like it needed to be said, but it definitely did now that I think about it, because there wasn't much gore in the first one.
No.
Or in really the second one. Like, there wasn't a ton of blood.
Not really.
It was just like people getting punched and not a lot happening after that. Like, a dude got ripped in half in the first one, but that's about it. Didn't Goro rip that guy in half? What was the guy's... The guy.
Art Lean?
Yeah. Didn't he rip him in half?
He just, like, headbutt on him. And then he like, offered up to Shang Tsung, like, and he took his soul. Yeah, he was like, here you go. And then he's holding him there.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, I have your soul. And then he tossed him.
And speaking of Shang Tsung, when he fucking took Kung Lao's soul, that was awesome.
Man, I was hurt.
And like the 3 times during the movie when I heard him say, like, your soul is mine, or like, their souls will be mine.
He did say that.
And they didn't make a cheesy thing of him, like, making a face and pointing into the camera and screaming it every scene. I loved it.
Honestly, the same actor could have came back and played Shang
To
Tsung.
be fair, I wouldn't have minded it either.
Because he was a good Shang Tsung.
Your brother's soul is mine.
Yeah, he was good.
That would have been amazing.
Same.
Look, Shang Tsung was good.
Yeah.
Kung Lao was good. Kano was fucking hilarious.
He was so good.
He was a piece of shit.
He was.
Piece of shit human being, but he was funny as shit.
He was so funny.
He killed Reptile, ripped his heart out, and then drew a picture of it.
Yes. He was like, I like to think of something like I'm an artist.
Incredible.
Like, this guy.
Hilarious.
Then he called Liu Kang Magic
he
Mike.
called him MC. He called him Magic Mike, and then he called him MC Hammer the first time they showed him, because he walks up, because he had like big pants on. He was like, "Oh, back the fuck up, MC Hammer," and I was like, "This is hilarious."
He was funny.
He was very funny.
He was like, "Put a shirt on, Magic Mike."
Like, when he kept floor sweeping him, and he just like jumped up, it's like, "Oh, what are you gonna do?" "Oh, fuck." He's like, "Why don't you learn a different move?" "Oh yeah, what am I gonna do now? I'm gonna jump over." "Oh fuck." He's like in midair. He's like, "Oh, he's just gonna wait for me to land." He just kept fucking sweeping him. Incredible. So good.
It really was.
When he got the laser eye, when
laser eye was
he... Because Megan asked me, she's like, what's his power again? I was like, well, he gets a laser eye, but I think in the games it was like a cyber eye. Like he had like a cybernetic eye.
Yeah, it was.
So I was waiting. Maybe they'll bring him back in the next one. I guess he is dead because she got his mark, but who knows? Everyone fucking dies and comes back in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I mean, no, you know what was great? And probably should be a like for me. I don't know, but Shang Tsung was like, death is just another portal. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you can bring back anybody.
Yeah.
That means this is great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Because if he's in the next one with a fucking robot eye, I'll be happy. I'll be very happy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I'll be very happy with that.
Yep. Zombie
when she stuck that fucking garden gnome in his eye.
That he spit on?
Which is great, yeah, because early in the movie he spit on it and said he's like, I fucking hate gnomes or some shit. And he spits on it and she sticks it in his eye. I was waiting for it to be like hand first, because like the thing had his hand sticking out and he spit in its hand. I was waiting for it to like her to pull it out and have like his eye in his hand.
That would have been good.
That would have been great. It might have been a little campy, but it would have been awesome.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's gonna have that fucking eye, but I looked closer. They like zoomed in. It was like its head was stuck in his eye. I was like, he's fucking dead. So it's great. It was incredible. Their fight was great.
Their fight was really good.
They tore apart her piece of shit house.
Yeah.
They tore her shitbox house apart, and it was great.
Funny part, when she was like, I'll offer you $3 million. It's like, wow, you're going to pay him $3 million? She was like, I live in this shithole. I don't have that kind of money. I was like, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
So good.
Because, I mean, and good thing, she was going to screw him anyway, because he ended up double-crossing him. So.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Fuck him.
No, fair. And then, actually, we said no bad fights. The fight that he had with her in the desert was a good fight, too.
Yeah.
She was getting it in.
It was
She's
real quick.
A good fighter.
Yeah.
Like in the first Mortal Kombat movie, she's a fighter. Like she doesn't seem not competent. Like she seems competent, but she seems like she's easily beat in that movie. That's the reason why I didn't really like her. Cause I'm like, okay.
Yeah, because she beat him, and I don't think she got another fight. Did she?
I don't think she did.
Or no, did she fight Katana?
Did she fight Katana?
Somebody fought Katana.
Liu Kang?
Okay.
Yeah, he fought Katana because she was giving him pointers. Yeah, I don't think Sonya Blade got
that was her
another
only fight.
Yeah. And she was okay. Like, they did a callback from the beginning of that movie where she does the... she's practicing on the air and she's like, huh. And then when Kano comes out, she does the same thing and hits him like a two-piece combo. And it's like, that's all you got? Because then he kicks the shit out of her and she looks like she's dry heaving. She's like, ooh.
Yeah, because the Lethal Weapon, Steve Blackman, was beating the shit out of her in
He's
that
beating
sand
the
pit.
shit out of her, and then she's like, Hurricanrana, you're dead.
Yep.
And he's like, give me a break. But this one, though, she had moves. She was all up and over this man.
Even before she had fucking lasers shooting out of her arms.
Mm-hmm. She was killing him.
Because didn't Cole say it? He's like, you beat his ass once, and now he's got a laser.
Yeah, that's it. But I feel like, did she have another fight before that? No.
I don't think so.
Well, Reptile.
Well, everyone kind of fought Reptile,
Yeah.
but eventually just became Kano fighting Reptile.
Yeah,
That's my next like is Reptile.
Fair.
My favorite character in the games. And you know what? I don't care that he wasn't a fucking green masked ninja because he looked amazing.
It did look good.
When that smoke showed up in the corner, I was like, oh, it's going to be fucking Noob Saibot or something.
I thought it was smoke.
Yeah, I was like, it's either going to be smoke or it's going to be Noob Saibot. Like every time that black smoke showed up, like when it was in the fucking garage and it's like creeped out, I wasn't expecting Goro. I was expecting like smoke or Noob Saibot. But then it was fucking Goro and it was incredible.
Dude,
but Reptile, when he showed up and he was like invisible for one, and then like they hit him and all you saw was like his nerve endings light up or some shit. Oh, incredible. And then he's like drooling acid.
Oh, that was
and
great.
Kano used it to melt his chains because otherwise he would have fucking died.
Yeah, that was great.
And he like stuck a flare to him with a knife so you could see where he was. Incredible. And he like did the tongue thing, like he stuck his tongue out and tried to fucking eat a man.
He did.
Incredible.
Was that Kano?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Because like he had the acid, he wasn't spitting it, but he had the acid, he had the tongue. The only thing missing was the fucking the big slow moving energy ball that he used to do.
Yeah.
But whatever, it would have looked goofy as shit if they'd done it. Oh, or they might have done it really good.
Because they did a lot of good
shit. But Reptile was so good. I thought he was incredible.
Reptile looked good.
I thought he looked great, and I was very happy that he was in the movie because it was just surprising to me that he was in it because I was just glad. I was just glad to see him.
Same.
Happy to see him. And I'll give my last like. I'll go to Goro. Looked good. He wasn't like overdone. He was intimidating, and I was a little bummed that it wasn't Kevin Michael Richardson voicing him. But when fucking Cole super shredded him in the garage and just like knocked the whole thing down on top of him, like he's not dead.
No,
he ain't dead.
No.
He just like fucking got up out of it, and then his wife hit him with the axe. I was like, oh, he's just mad now.
Yeah.
No, you just don't know.
You just pissed him off.
No, you pissed him off. And then he cut his, and then Cole like gets his fucking suit, cuts his arm off or cuts his hand off, and then it's like slices him right up the middle, and all his guts just start falling out. Incredible.
Yeah. Then he puts it through his face.
Yeah, he like stuck it in his eye. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, you can't really. It was good.
This movie was super violent, and it was great.
That's all I want.
It was great.
That's all I want, Annihilation.
Yeah.
It's more violence.
Less Power Rangers, more violent Power Rangers.
Listen, same.
So those are my likes. Let's dislikes. You go first.
You seem sad.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. For you, not me. I'm not sad.
It sucks to be you.
Yeah, you seem sad. Like,
we got to do them.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess. I really don't have any. I had two. One, my dislike at the very beginning of the movie when Jax got his arms torn off, and then he threw him down like a pit. I thought he died.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wrote Jax better not be dead. And he came back, and I was like, great. Then it's not a dislike.
There you go.
So then they gave him little scrawny arms, and then he got his regular arms, and I was like, this is good.
Like, these things aren't working for me.
It's like, damn right, Jax. So Jax had his... I love Jax.
Jax was badass.
Jax was good.
I wrote it and I forgot to say it. He did 6 tours, motherfucker.
He did. Here's what I'm thinking about that, which is funny. Don't get me wrong. This man had ice coming out of his hands, and he's like, I did 6 tours. I was like, boy.
He's like, I got a gun.
I was like, boy, what is it? He has ice coming out of his hands.
In a fist fight Frozone.
I was like, where's my super suit? God damn. So yeah, he good. I love this guy. So Jax wasn't that good. I wish I saw more Reptile. That was a dislike for me. Not because he needed to be in it, but when they showed him, because honestly, I forgot.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about him. Then when he said Reptile, I was like, oh, that's what I'm missing. And I wasn't missing anything.
just a touch.
It's like
a little dash of Reptile.
Right. It's like you go out to eat, you're good, you're full, and they're like, you want dessert? It's like, you know what? Damn.
I wasn't even thinking about
dessert. And now it's kind of what I want.
Yeah, now it's all I want.
Yes, Reptile. I know you said you didn't miss him as a ninja. I did.
Okay.
I just wanted him to be everything. I like Reptile. I don't dislike the reason why I didn't really play as Reptile or Scorpion in the games because their moves were harder. Their moves were very difficult. You had to have a lot of combinations to even do the regular moves, not just fatalities.
Yeah.
Like I think like the orb, it wasn't just like back forward A. It was like
Yeah, I think it was like
back forward.
It was like back down to forward or something.
Yeah, something like that. Ooh, I hate it though. Oh,
Yeah.
when they started doing that, I was like, okay, I'm out.
Yeah, because I think the acid spit was just like back forward, and he just like.
I think that was.
Or was there more to it?
Yeah, because the only thing he had, I think he had like an uppercut thing that he would do. That's like a regular move. It was like down forward or something. And I think it was Reptile or Scorpion, one of the two. And that was like super easy. Then to get over here, that was super easy. Everything else had like a 3-button combination. And I was like, okay. Just give me down back A for Sub-Zero, hold a low kick for Liu Kang, Raiden, back forward for the little Ayuka thing or whatever.
Did the like forward charging? They're just
Loved
like,
it.
Like screams.
Loved it. That's it. That's all. I need easy controllers. Okay, guys? I'm not a gamer. Okay, I'm just a regular guy who likes video games.
There you go.
So that's it. I feel like you have some dislikes.
All right, you want me to dislike?
Dislikes? Ooh, oh, damn.
Here's what I wrote. Dislikes. Nah.
None?
Nah.
Got it.
None.
This
movie was good.
This movie was great.
This movie was very good.
This movie was great. I ain't gonna lie. And then mine is just like, it's not even... If Reptile hadn't shown up, I wouldn't have even thought about it. So that was more or less how I felt about that. If he hadn't shown up, I wouldn't have thought about it. But because he showed up, I want more.
It only got better.
Yeah, it only got better. It didn't get worse.
When they were just throwing these characters at me, I was not like, oh, another one? Another one? I was like, yeah, another one. Another one.
I wanted more.
Yeah, I was like, let's see how many we can do, because Annihilation threw a bunch of shit at that wall and nothing stuck. All of these characters showing up. Even if they died real quick, like, what was her name? The vampire.
Oh, Nitara?
Yeah.
Nitara?
Like she died like kind of quick. They didn't bother giving a bunch of story about her.
No. Because you knew what the time was.
They didn't show her. They weren't like, oh, here's Shang Tsung, or like, here's all my generals. Here's this one, and here's that one. Yeah. And here's them, and this is how strong they are. Yeah. And then they die in a fucking second. Yeah. They were just like...
Yeah, they did do that in Annihilation.
They were just like, oh, look, here comes his fighters. Hope that they don't die. And they all fucking died because the good guys beat their asses.
Same. Yeah, I guess you're right. It's not like Annihilation where it's like, hey... One of the strongest characters with 4 arms, she dies by a fan in the ceiling. Okay, cool.
Yeah, great.
Or whatever it was, a prison in the ceiling.
The cage like fell on her or some shit.
Stupid. Yeah, that was dumb.
Stupid.
But Nitara got fucked up.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
She died a cool death.
She did.
Like if Liu Kang had run into that building and like set her ass on and fucking set Shiva on fire, it would have been awesome. Yeah. Or like did that sweet fire dragon fatality that he used on Cabal. If he had done that to her, that would have been great.
Wait, did I not say that?
Because that was incredible.
I didn't say... Did you say that?
No.
I didn't say that either.
I didn't. But that was amazing.
His dragon... So there's a couple things that the trailer didn't ruin for me, but I saw. The dragon...
I saw that, but I didn't see that he was using it on somebody. All I remember seeing in the trailer was just like the dragon.
Yeah. It was like really quick.
Yeah.
Kano's eye. Yep. That was in the very first trailer. So I forgot that was going to happen, though.
The Sub-Zero sword... When he like makes the ice sword, was like in all the fucking trailers, was like open with him like, or closed with him making the sword.
The scorpion, him going up in flames, that was in the trailer, because that's like the screenshot.
I feel like the Get Over Here was in a lot of the trailers, or at least like the voice cut.
The voice Get Over Here. I don't know. I mean, you could be right. I don't remember. But yeah, they showed a lot of clips of them fighting in the gym. Sub-Zero Scorpion. But it really didn't ruin anything for me. But then they dropped a 4-minute super gory video. Did you watch that?
Nope.
Did not either.
Nope.
I'm happy I didn't.
I went and saw a movie 2 days ago, and a trailer for fucking Mortal Kombat came out, and I looked away. I averted my eyes because I didn't want to get spoiled any more than I don't know. It might have been the same trailer that everyone's seen. I was like, you know what? I'm not taking the chances.
Yeah.
Not looking.
It was good.
And they didn't get me.
Yeah, and then Mileena licking the size.
That was in the trailers.
But it was still good.
She was cool too.
She was cool
because even though she didn't have the pink mask on, she still did like she did the thing where like her teeth got fucking bigger and her mouth, like the flesh around her mouth is kind of like tore away, and she was gonna take a bite out of crime, and Sonya Blade just blasted her ass, and you looked
and they were purple rings
and looked right through her.
Yeah,
like her spine was there, but everything else around it was gone. And then they did it like in the credits. That was how they showed like her. I forget. I think it was like that's how they showed a scene. Like they showed that little bit of like her.
Oh really?
Like
I
you
didn't
saw
see
like
that.
a thing of Sonya Blade. Like you would see her through the whole like the fucking GoldenEye intro or like
That's
this James Bond intro.
That's hilarious.
Oh, so good.
That's good.
So good.
Okay. Slushie meter.
Let's do it.
You want to go?
Sure.
Same.
4.5.
Damn it. 5 for me.
Nice.
It's a 5 for me. I'm gonna watch this movie again
There you go.
today, tonight. I don't know.
Putting it on right now.
But go ahead. 4.5.
4.5. This is a very good movie.
Same.
And I saw when you were doing the cast, I was looking at the cast too, just so I could see, because that fucking dude who played Reiko looked familiar, and he was a wrestler, and even though I don't remember who he was, I looked and I saw it got like a 6.2, or sorry, a 6.4, not a 6.2 out of 10. What fucking movie were people watching? Because my God, man, I think people are dumb. Because for one, those scores. For two, I can't tell you how many articles I saw on Facebook saying, here's what the ending of Mortal Kombat meant. How did you need an interpretation of that? It ended where all the fucking good guys, except for Kung Lao, lived and defeated all the bad guys, except for Shang Tsung, who got away, because Raiden like fucking banished him from Earthrealm, and Cole's like, I'm gonna go to Hollywood, or I'm gonna go to LA. What's out there? What's out there? Not what? Who? And he fucking walks away, and there's a Johnny Cage poster behind him with no face, so you don't see him, but you just see the big fucking Cage belt buckle, and I forget what the title of the movie that he was going to be in was.
What did it say?
But how do you need? People are dumb. I think. How are you gonna explain that to me?
The only thing that would be
don't know it.
The only thing that could be explained, but it's kind of self-explanatory, was when he was like, "You killed all my generals, but death is just a portal," and then they show them all getting sucked into the ground.
Yeah.
The same thing that happened to Scorpion.
Goro and Sub-Zero, wasn't it?
Yep. Yeah. And then he goes, "I'm not gonna bring generals anymore. I'm gonna bring an army."
Yeah.
He's like, "You can try, whatever." But and so for me, I'm like, I agree. I don't understand what. But the funny thing is, now that you say this, okay, I didn't see everybody who posted about Mortal Kombat. I kind of just like shied away from.
Same.
But a lot of people were talking about, because this came out on Friday. We're doing this record. We went to the movies on Sunday, so a lot of people were just like, "Oh, this was fun. Oh, this was good." Like, so I didn't have an expectation, but when I'm seeing that, I'm like, what did you expect? Because this exceeded all my expectations.
Yeah.
And I had zero expectation, but this exceeded every single last one of them. Reptile himself exceeded every expectation of this movie. To be fair, Goro exceeded every expectation of this movie because Goro looked good.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Goro in 1995 didn't look good, because
for 1995,
in 1995 he looked good, but when we watched it a couple weeks ago, he looked like 1995 Goro.
Yeah.
But today, he looked fucking amazing.
Legit.
Yes.
And I just looked again. Mortal Kombat Annihilation is a 3.7 out of 10. Deservedly, that's high.
Because we definitely gave it a 1.
And this one got a 6.4 out of 10. Like, how... Look, I probably have better things I could do with my time than going to bat for a movie that's going to make a lot of money and be very successful and hopefully get more good spin-offs and sequels. But goddamn, man, what do you people want?
Yeah.
What more do you want? You had in a movie based on just a game about people standing across from each other fighting each other with a smattering of story thrown in that eventually got expanded over the years. What more could you really ask for? This movie looked great visually. The effects were incredible. The fights were incredible. The story wasn't bad either, because they were like, oh, well, and a lot of people I saw complain like, oh, there was no tournament. How are you going to have a Mortal Kombat movie with no tournament? Did you see the second one?
Yeah.
There was no fucking tournament in the second one.
And not only that, though, this was okay.
And this was very good.
This was leading up to the tournament.
Yeah, because they already said, they're like, oh, they don't want a tournament because we'd win. We're not even going to give them a shot at the tournament. We're going to kill them all beforehand. Mm-hmm. And then during the movie, they're like, oh, they don't want a tournament. Let's kind of make them fight one. Let's split them up.
Yeah.
And it beat their asses.
That's a great point, because that's like tournament. If you think about the video games, different levels.
Yeah.
They were in different areas of the world fighting.
Dude, when Jax was fighting Reiko on that fucking bridge, I got goosebumps. I was like, this is a game. I'm looking at the game. Over in the pit. And like the fucking pit with the swamp outside of it.
That was good.
Dude, it was incredible. I don't know what people want. I don't know what people expected or /want. I don't know. But goddamn, show some appreciation.
It was good.
IMDb fans. Because the people I've seen talk about this movie that I have seen have been like giving it like praise. They're like, oh, this movie's good. Like, this is actually a good Mortal Kombat movie. And I'm okay, that's what I want to see. I'm not going to look any further into your review. Mm-hmm. But it's people like, oh, I liked it. Good. That's enough for me. But now, like, yeah, no, this was a good movie and deserves to be liked, in my opinion. I mean, people out there, maybe there's definitely bigger Mortal Kombat fans than me out there in the world who could probably pick shit apart in this movie, but I thought it was really good. No. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they would pick apart, but I thought it was great.
So I was wrong. Sisi Stringer's Mileena, this is her first film. She acted in 2 other things, but they weren't movies.
There you go.
This is her first film. Secondly, I was reading, the 2 actors, they play cousins, Kung Lao, Liu Kang. They're technically a part of a family as well. They are a part of Jackie Chan's stunt team, which in Chinese is known as Chan's Family Group. So he has like a whole stunt team of people.
Jackie Chan.
Yeah, he's great. How can you not? But yeah, Kung Lao, Liu Kang, the 2 people who played him, they were in the group.
Nice.
They were in dude. I'm sorry, it's a 5 for me because the 2 dislikes I had, nope. I don't even have any, honestly.
Yeah.
Because they're not even important. They don't make any sense. Ugh. Sorry. I just read Trish Stratus was rumored to be Sonya Blade. Can we not? She's old and can we not?
I was at one point, I was worried it was going to be Ronda Rousey because I think she did a lot of the mocap for her in one of the latest games. She did a lot of the mocap. I think she might have even done some of the voice work for her in in either the last one or maybe the one before it.
No dice.
What? You don't want that?
No. I would never want that.
Yeah.
I like Ronda Rousey. Yeah. I did like her till she gave up. She gave up on UFC and I didn't like her. So, no, I'm okay. Whatever.
I mean, I never followed her in UFC, but when she was in WWE, I didn't give a shit about her.
I liked her because she was kicking everybody's ass. And I was like, okay, this is good. But she does need to learn how to fight. Because she didn't know how to fight. And she knew how to wrestle. She was a great wrestler. So in the UFC, her ground game was great. But her stand-up game wasn't that good. But it didn't matter because she was beating people in under like 30 seconds with a wrestling move. She was doing an arm bar. And so like... she would get them, they would get in close, and she would flip them over into a arm bar, and she snapped, what's the name's arm twice. I can't think of her name. But it's one of her, because she was in the UFC first because they didn't have a women's division. She was in a lower tier called Strike Force, and so I watched her fight a lot. I used to watch a lot of that back in the day. And so, but then when UFC was like, okay, women's division, then they went up and they fought again, and she snapped her arm again. And so, I wish I could remember her name. I can picture her, but I can't remember her name. So then, she fought somebody else, armbarred, great, boom. Then she had to fight Holly Holm, who's a kickboxer, who has a great stand-up game, and is also a good wrestler. She could not take her to the ground, and she got her ass whooped. Like, it looked like a cartoon. She went to go swing at her, Ronda Rousey did, and she sidestepped her, and Ronda Rousey face planted. Like, she was like, oh, and then got back up, looked dumb. I was like, oh, she's out of it. And then she went to go throw another punch. Her punches were wild. She went to go throw another punch. Holly Holm hit her. Then as she was getting up, like getting her balance, she kicked her in the face and she KO'd her.
Oof.
Yep. Then she fought another girl with her comeback, right? Because she disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Her comeback was against, damn, I can't think of her name now. It's not Cyborg. She never fought Cyborg. Either way, she's a 2-time champion now. The girl she fought, the woman she fought, and whooped her ass. She whooped Ronda Rousey's ass. Like this, she beat her in the first round. She knocked her out. Cool. And this girl can wrestle. She doesn't because her strike game is amazing. And she just was like, bink, bink, bink. Ronda was out. I was like, and then she went to the WWE.
Yep.
And I was like, don't quit. Just learn how to fight. And whatever. So either way, that's my story.
Yeah, she went to WWE. Was like big shot there for a minute.
Got her ass.
And then Becky Lynch beat her ass, which was amazing.
And then she quit.
Yep.
So,
I guess.
Yeah. That's what it seems like to me. It sucks. But either way, that's it. Right? Anything else?
I'm good. This movie was great. All the characters were great. All of the fights were great. All of the effects for me were great.
I thought it's a 5 for me.
What's more to like?
Yeah.
And honestly, yeah. I could bump it up to a 5.
I don't want to. I'm not trying to influence you. I'm sorry.
No, because honestly, no, I could bump it up to a 5. And I think I will. I'll agree with you. I'll give it a 5 because I didn't have a dislike.
You didn't.
So what's my fucking problem? I'm going to agree. I'm going to agree with Keith. I'm going to say it's a 5. I'm going to come up to his level. I'm going to drag myself out of the gutter, out of the fucking toilet, and try to be on his level. I'm going to give this movie a 5 alongside him.
I'm telling you, Chris is hilarious, guys.
No.
The talent is the talent. No. What do you expect?
No. A gig is a gig is a gig is a gig.
Fair. Same.
So anyway, a friend of mine was like, you know anybody who's in a podcast? And I was like, I'm on a podcast. And he was like, you're on a podcast? And I was like, yeah, I'm totally on a podcast.
Heck yeah. I honestly thought you were about to tell me something. And you're like, a friend of mine. I was like, I was like, oh, God.
You know, it's gonna
Go stream Scott Pilgrim because it's amazing.
It's going to be in theaters on the 30th, and I'm bummed because AMC theaters don't exist in fucking Northwest Ohio.
No. There's only one in Findlay.
It's not
Have
close
you decided
enough.
if you're going to drive?
No, I'm not. I don't plan on driving.
No, same. Me neither.
No.
That's okay, though.
Yeah.
Either way.
If someone else was going to drive, like me and my buddy were talking about going, I was like, if he was going to, I think we both said to the other, like, if you were going to drive, we'd be down for going anywhere to go see this movie if I didn't have to drive personally. I was like, I'd ride. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think I have it in me to.
Fair. That reminds me of The Office. Like, I was like, oh, maybe you can move. And then we said psych. We said it at the same time. We said jinx, and he said jinx, and we haven't talked about it since. If you want to drive, jinx. Yep. We haven't said anything since.
I'm physically not spoken.
So, yeah, man. Good times.
Yes.
So that was Mortal Kombat 2021. 5s all around.
Yes.
Great movie all around. Please go see it. HBO Max in the theaters, whatever. The theaters actually were pretty cool. My first time being in theaters in 2 years, almost. Basically 2 years. Well, year and a half, I guess. When did we go see Sonic? February?
February of 20...
Yeah, because it was after
2020, yeah.
Day, right?
So, like, about like year and 3 months.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, if I can throw something in here that bugged me. Not about the movie. About people.
Oh.
You haven't been in the theater in a year. Clean up your fucking garbage, please.
That's fair.
I noticed it tonight. There was like people just basically like kicked over their fucking drinks, and it was all over the floor. And the other night I went and saw a movie. They were like full tubs of popcorn just kicked over, and other things spilled all over the place. And people were like taking pictures and laughing about it. Yeah. Don't be a piece of shit if you're going to be at the movie, please.
Facts.
Like, people got to clean that up. Yeah, it's their job to clean up after you. Don't make it worse.
Yeah, don't make it worse.
Don't make it worse. If it's, let's say it's your job to clean a toilet for a living. clean the toilet. But if someone comes in and is like, I'm going to take a huge shit, and then like, and I'm going to like actually pour garbage in the toilet, that makes your job worse. It makes your life worse. Don't make someone else's life worse.
Agreed.
Just because you think you're better than them because they work in a movie theater that you get to come back to. Don't take it out on them. The privilege of going to see a movie, don't take it out on the staff.
Facts.
Go back to your fucking unclean homes and take a bath because some of your dirty motherfuckers. And that's all I'm going to say about it. I'm sorry.
I love it.
It was eating me up inside.
No, that's fair. That's a good PSA. I love it. Either way. That was Mortal Kombat. You guys get your lives straight. Shit.
Yeah.
Either way.
I'm sorry.
No. You're fine. I'm just trying to find a good segue. There. Speaking of picking up by yourself.
Oh my god.
This episode is sponsored by Swiffer. No,
Wait. Come on. Get us. We got to get a sponsor here. Hefty garbage bags? I don't know. I'm no John Cena, but come on.
Fair. That's fair. Let's see. So that's it for us. Next movie, stay tuned. I don't know what we're going to do. Stay tuned. We have a couple in the bag. In the can. Is that what they say? I don't know.
Dear.
We have a couple in the clip that we might release. Who knows? But stay tuned. We're going to eventually get to some good movies. Not that this wasn't, but we're going to get to some
other good
also
movies.
Good movies.
More good movies.
Some gooders. Not good but ers. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point.
Oh my, yeah, I don't know.
I'm just tired. So that's it. Make sure you follow us on our social medias. Twitter.
Nope.
Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Slushie Review. Make sure you search for us on YouTube at Slushie Review Podcast. Also, Slushie Review Podcast on Instagram. That was Mortal Kombat. That's it. Anything else?
I'm good. I got all that hate out of me.
I love it. All right. Well, this is me, Keith.
And Chris.
And we'll see you next time.